Good morning everybody, welcome to Yoga with Nadine. I hope you're all well. First of all, I'd like you to come to a nice comfortable seat on your mat. But also I'd like you to notice how you kind of habitually come to a seat. I notice that when I come to a seat here, I always bring my left foot in first, followed by my right. So today I've made a conscious effort to take the right foot in first and then the left. So maybe you want to try something like that today. If you're not seated, if you're kneeling, if you normally kneel, maybe you want to come to cross-legged. But just try and notice and challenge the body sometimes so that we don't all of a sudden always come to exactly the same position we are. So when you're ready, moving the flesh as we do, taking that time, that little ritual to settle in, wiggling through the shoulders, the hips. It becomes quite a ritual really. And then you tuck the tailbone under, bring the belly button to the spine a little bit. And then notice, visualize the spine as you're walking up those vertebrae, lengthening each space as it comes up through to the crown of the head, nice and slow. And then notice here whether you're tipping forward or you're tipping back. So restack, nice long line through the spine, and then stack head directly over heart, heart directly over pelvis. So just notice that lengthening as you grow up tall through the spine. So growing up tall through the spine on the inhalation, and as you're on the exhalation, you're grounding down. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears, feeling those shoulder blades sliding down the back. Today I want us to think about when we're standing or sitting, is feel the upward current of energy. So you're lifting up through the front body on the inhalation, and then on the exhalation, you're sinking down the back body. So the current coming up and then rolling over the top. I like to sometimes visualize it as a wave. So you're coming in, lifting everything. And then on the exhale, it drops, softens, releases. And that nice circuit that continues through the body here. So that may be something that may help you to visualize here. So the upward current energy, lengthening, and on the softening, the releasing down the back body of the energy. So once you're in your nice comfortable position, maybe you'd like to take the time to shut down those eyes, soften the gaze. Maybe you're softening the gaze, just glance down the tip of your nose. And then just take a few comfortable breaths, noticing how that feels in the body this morning. The first time you've probably noticed your breath today. And then notice the exhalation. Use that exhalation to soften, release. And then each exhalation, gently try and deepen the exhalation. Just noticing how that feels, trying to expand more areas in the torso. Deepening that breath. And on the exhalation, releasing, maybe pulling the belly button into the spine. On the inhalation this time, taking the breath all the way down to the belly, filling the belly. And as you exhale, relax the shoulders, the shoulder blades, and just let go. So using your own breath here, the time the breath takes, the duration, the depth of your breath, to deepen it further each time, each circuit of breath here. Visualize on the inhale, you're expanding, rising, feeling lighter. As you exhale, you're releasing any tension, but also letting go of anything that's no longer serving you. Noticing those areas in the body that feel tight today. For me, my hips feel a little tighter than normal. Maybe my left ankle feels tighter, so just notice. Each time it could be completely different, but just by noticing the body, being aware and alert to the body. And send the breath to those areas. Remember inhaling and inflating on the inhale. Soften and release, consciously letting go. 2 more breaths like this, just being aware of the body. Trying to feel the body a little bit further and release a little bit deeper. Last breath. And then return to the natural breath. Don't control it, just release it. And today I invite you to take your hands to your belly. Noticing the belly. Does it feel sore? Does it feel tight? Does it feel swollen? Every time is different again. Maybe give your belly a little bit of a massage here. That feels good for you. Little circles. Generate some heat behind the palms on the belly. And then pause the hands. We're going to breathe into the belly. So as you inhale, feel that belly swell, expand, pushing into the hands. And as you exhale, pull that belly button away from the hands. Feel it falling away from the hands. Inhalation, expanding. Feel that belly lifting, rising, like a balloon that you're inflating. And as you exhale, feel that balloon deflate, release, pulling belly button in towards the spine, starting to switch on the core. Twice more like this. Inhale, inflate, belly. You're taking that breath all the way down to the bottom, the lower abs, into the belly. Exhale, soften, release, and let go. Last time, biggest one. Inhale, really push that belly out. Try and expand it, spread it as much as you can. Then hold it for a beat here. And then slowly, slowly exhale, release, soften, and let go. Release the hands from the belly, maybe just resting them on the knees. And start to notice how you're feeling now. Notice how the body's feeling, the breath is feeling, more conscious. Maybe some heat has been generated here. And today I'd like to invite you to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe something automatically pops into your mind. Or maybe you'd like to set something along the lines of I am, and then feel that word, that space, that gap. I am strong. I am patient. I am calm. I am present. Just a few suggestions, or just fill with your own gap or your own intention. And every time we come to a pause within our practice, when we reset our breath, maybe take a moment to repeat your intention. Say it like a mantra. I am present. Gently blinker those eyes open, let the light back in. Inhale, sweep the palms to the sky. As you exhale, twist to the left, take the right hand to the left knee. Pause here. Inhale, lifting up through the spine. Exhale, twisting, looking further over that left shoulder. Nice, lengthen through the back. Inhale once more here. Exhale, maybe twist a little further. Maybe take some tension in that right hand on that left knee. Don't over pull, but just gentle to start with. Inhale, sweep the palms to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right, left hand to right knee. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, lifting the chest. Exhale, twisting and looking over that right shoulder. Pausing here, inhaling, lifting, lengthening a little bit more through the spine. Exhale, twist, maybe turn, maybe use that pressure on that left hand and that right knee. Inhale, sweep both hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Once more, a little quicker. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist, look over left shoulder. Inhale, sweep to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, lengthens through the spine. Exhale, twist over the right shoulder. Inhale, sweep all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale through center. Exhale, cactus arms. Lift that chest. Pinch those shoulders. Tuck tailbone. Feel those elbows touching behind you. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, cactus arms. Feel that little click maybe. Once more, inhale, lifting to the sky. Exhale, cactus, chest lift, chin lift, nice and proud. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale here, exhale, send those hands out in front. Nice, strong arms. Flexing through, so send the heel of the hand towards me. Nice, strong, long, strong arms reaching out, dropping the shoulders away. So really pressure. Feel like you're in a plank position here with those arms nice and strong, pushing up through the shoulder blades, nice and strong. Inhale here, exhale, bring the fingers to the floor. Feel that nice stretch through the top of the wrists. Inhale, flex palms. Exhale, point to the floor. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to the floor. Twice more, inhale to the sky, really push those palms strong. Exhale to the floor. Last time, inhale to the sky. Exhale to the floor. Give those wrists a twist. Notice how they feel. Maybe grabbing hold of those hands, interlace the fingers and giving them a nice roll. And really knows what feels good for you. Yeah, a little bit of a woo-hoo-hoo. Waking up those wrists, waking up those fingers, those knuckles. Maybe they crunch and creak. And just give them a shake. Release tension. Nice and strong. Beautiful. And then slowly release. Take the hands to the mat, rolling over the knees if that's good for you. Coming through to your all fours. Taking that moment again, that ritual of setting up into our all fours, 4-point kneeling. Most practices start in this position, and for a good reason, to get some nice mobility through the spine, engaging through the shoulders, the core. Everything is nice and strong. So spread those hands wide, wrists, elbows, shoulders stacked, knees under hips, toes untucked. Inhaling, dropping the belly to the floor, lifting that chest and chin forward. Exhale, tuck tailbone, pushing up through the shoulders, cat stretch. Really notice how that feels in the lower back. Inhaling, drop belly, cow. Exhale, tuck and push. Really articulate through that spine, pushing hard through those shoulders. Twice more, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last time, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral spine. And now I invite you to be a little bit organic. I wasn't going to do this, but purely because my lower back feels a little sore. So I wanted to kind of notice, and I want you to notice how your body's feeling. So I feel like I could do a little bit of a figure of S shape with the hips. Little wiggle, a little stretch, pushing to one side. So really what I'm trying to say is invite you to notice how the body feels and try and do something that feels good for the body, that actually is like that medicine. Maybe those wrists, when we did those stretches, felt a little bit sore, so maybe you want to take the weight over the wrists. Maybe you want to bump the hips side to side. Just noticing how that feels. Maybe you just want to hang the belly down in that cow stretch, really noticing, pausing a moment in that lower stretch there in the lower back. Or maybe conversely, you want to hang and hold a moment in your cat stretch, noticing how that feels here, lengthening up through the spine. So again, what I'm trying to say is make it your own. Really use this yoga, this as medicine here for your body. So then when you're ready, pausing in your cat-cow, halfway between the two, nice and strong, and then tuck the toes under. Just tuck the toes under for a moment and then have a little soar back and forwards, pushing the weight through those toes, noticing how it feels through those ankles. Again, having a little play. And then slowly, I want you to lift those knees off the floor and slowly peel yourself up into your downward dog. So you're lifting the tail first, lengthening through. Maybe the knees are bent a little bit if that feels good for you. And then slowly come to your dog. And again, find what feels good for you. Pedal through those heels. Maybe they click like mine just did. Maybe through the shoulders are tight. Maybe have a little sway. Maybe you want to bend those knees, bringing the tummy to the tops of the thighs, lifting the tail going higher to the sky. And then slowly softening the heels towards the mat. So taking a moment to come into your dog, notice how it feels for you. And then when you're comfortable here, pause in the dog, take 2 beautiful breaths. Maybe closing down the eyes, maybe repeating your little mantra to yourself, just noticing how that feels. Nice and slow. Full breaths. Each time releasing, maybe the heels are dropping a little bit further to the floor. Maybe the shoulders are sliding away from the ears a little bit more. And then just soften and release. Come to a moment of peace. And then slowly walk the feet to the face, coming to a forward fold at the front of the mat. Feet can be hip width together, whatever feels good for you. And then grab hold of those elbows, maybe bending the knees generously if that feels good for you, if you're feeling really quite tight through those hamstrings. And just let that upper body soften, drop towards the mat. Really like it's a rag doll. So you're not holding any tension through the back, the neck, the shoulders. And maybe nod the head yes, shake the head no. Just checking that there's no tension held in that neck. It should just feel loose. And then slowly from here, release the hands to the mat, lengthening the legs a little bit more. Maybe no, maybe all of a sudden it's all a little bit tight, so bend the knees a little bit more. Just be gentle to start with. And then slowly from here, we're going to slowly rolling all the way up through the spine. If you want that bend in the knee to start, absolutely fine. But just then rolling through the spine, restacking, re-lengthening. As you inhale, lifting those hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. So Tadasana. Today I'd like to invite you to close your eyes in Tadasana. So we're going to try and use our senses here. So if you fancy closing down those eyes, do so. Take a moment to notice. And then as we discussed at the beginning, I want you to feel that upward current of energy coming up the front body, and then with the exhale going down the back body. So thinking about that, thinking about lifting up the toes to the face, lifting up the shins, the kneecaps, coming up through the body, lifting up through the chest, the shoulders, up, back, and then down through the exhale, down the back body, sending those shoulder blades into the back pockets, and then releasing. So think of that circle of energy, using that breath, the inhalation and the exhalation, and then slowly ground down those toes into the mat. Really notice the tension, how the pads of the toes are feeling, and then notice here how your balance is. So the more you ground them through those toes, the more the balance can be stronger. Just notice. And then I'd like you to take the weight into the toes. You're not lifting the heels, you're just taking the weight into the front of the feet. So you're going to come off balance. You'll probably need to claw in a little bit more with those toes. Maybe you feel a slight sweat, but don't worry, you're not going anywhere, you're not falling. You're just switching the weight into the front of the toes. Inhale here as you exhale. Now take the weight into the heels. Maybe you want to lift those toes off the mat if that's good for you. Or just switch the weight back. You're not going to roll over, you're not going to fall, but just start waking up through those feet. And then slowly now take the weight into the outside of the heels, outside of the feet. So lift those arches, roll those feet over a little bit. Notice how that feels through the feet here. Inhale here as you exhale. Flatten those feet off and then roll them in, roll the arches in. Just making the contact through the feet. And with the eyes closed, the senses are so much more heightened, so you can be able to feel and notice those feet on the floor. Hopefully you enjoyed that little bit there. Also, by doing this with the eyes closed, you're having to engage the core a lot stronger. So blink with those eyes open. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with the right leg and the left leg to plank. Knees, drop to the knees if you need to. If not, strong plank. Checking wrists, elbows, shoulders are stacked, knees under hips. Tucking the tailbone under, push the heels back. Inhale here as you exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Take that, adjust if you need to. Pause in your dog. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale to prepare, exhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Lifting the heel of the left foot, lift it higher, lift it higher. Inhale here, exhale, drop the heel to that foot. Inhale, lift that right leg higher. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze it. Step through between the hands. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're in our high lunge. Check you're not in a tight rope here. Check one is nicely open on that train tracks. And then tuck the tailbone under. So you're kind of lengthening the back. You may have a real arch here in the back if you see me. So what you want to do is you want to drop that back knee, tuck the tailbone under. So you're lengthening through that spine, nice and strong here. And then push that left heel back towards the mat, which will lengthen out that back leg. You'll feel it switch on in your glute and in your thigh, nice and strong. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Lift the chest, chin high, nice and strong. Inhaling to the sky. Exhale, cactus. See if you can touch those elbows together at the back. Once more, inhaling. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, hands to the mat. Exhale, take a runner's lunge. So really lengthen that right leg. Scissor that hip into the socket, nice and strong. Inhaling and exhaling. Roll through that front knee, coming back up into high lunge again, lifting high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sending those hands all the way down to the mat, step back to plank. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale here, exhale, downward facing dog. So we're just going to do that little flow again on the other side, so you know where you're going. Try and use that breath. Reset. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale to prepare, exhale, left leg to sky, three-legged dog. And then lift that right heel high up to the sky, lifting that left foot higher to the sky as well. And then as you exhale, drop that right heel to the mat, lifting left toes higher. Inhale, lifting higher, exhale, knee to nose, squeezing it up, and step through between the hands. Inhale, sweep higher, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. So same thing again, check the lower back. So bend that knee, tuck that knee under, lengthen through the spine. And then push that heel back towards the mat, the right heel, nice and strong. We're going to do 3 cactuses again. So inhales, hands to the sky. Exhale, cactus arms. Lifting chest, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Once more, inhale to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, hands to the mat. Exhale, lengthen that left leg. Straighten it, nice runner's lunge. Lengthen, leg back. So it's in a bit of a pyramid variation here. Send that left shoulder, hip back, roll the right forward. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, bend the front knee, coming up to high lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale here, sending the hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale here, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, roll through to plank. Exhale, roll the elbows in, send the elbow creases to the front of the mat. And exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Elbows brushing ribs. Untuck toes, inhale, cobra. Exhale to the mat. Tuck toes, down dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice, strong breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to crisscross all the way to the front of the mat. So take the right foot in front of the left, left foot in front of the right. Tip your toes all the way in. Nice and strong, long, straight legs. Coming all the way to the front of the mat. Forward fold. When you get to your forward fold, maybe you'd like to take those arms on those elbows again. Have a little sway through the lower back. Releasing here. And then slowly release the hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to shins, tops of the thighs, whatever's good for you. Rolling those shoulder blades back and down. Long line from the crown to the tail, belly button in. Inhale here, exhale, slowly forward fold. Inhale here as you exhale, slowly rolling all the way up through the spine. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, sweep to the sky. Exhale, chair pose. Slide straight down. Long, flat back. Tuck tailbone under. Belly button pulled through to the spine. Biceps by ears. Drop another little inch lower. Feel like someone's just put a little stool behind you and you're just about to hover to sit on it. Inhaling. Don't look at the floor. Look in front of you. Inhaling and exhaling. Good adjustments. 1 more breath. Inhaling. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold, hands to the mat. Step, hop or jump back to plank. Nice and strong. Pause in your plank. We're going to pause here for 3 breaths. Inhaling and exhale. Think of that upward current of energy coming up the front. Exhaling it down the back. 2 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Once more. Inhale. As you exhale, roll those elbows in. Slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Control. Either dropping the knees if you need to first. Untuck toes. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to the mat. Tuck toes. Straight power up to plank. Nice and strong. Inhale here. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. 2 full breaths here. Maybe you'd like to shut down the eyes in your down dog. So you're really having to switch on to the body, how you're feeling the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, right leg to sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step through between the hands. Drop the back foot 45 degrees. Inhale to the sky, warrior 1. Sink hips, heavy in the hips, tuck tailbone under, pushing strong through that back foot, lifting up through that left arch. Nice and strong as that right knee over the right ankle. Inhale, reaching higher to the sky. Exhale, cactus arms. Sink, open. Twice more. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Once more. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Swing the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Roll those shoulder blades back and down. Send the knuckles towards the floor. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, take a bend over that leg, humble warrior. So try not to crash down on that leg, hold it here. Lifting here, long line through the crown and the tail. And then scissor those hips, so roll that right hip back. Roll the left forward. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale, sweep to the sky, warrior one. And exhale. Inhale here as you exhale, lift the back heel, high lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, knees or toes, slow with control. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice, strong. Maybe shut down those eyes again. 2 full breaths here in your dog. Reset, and we're coming through to the other side. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step through between the hands, back foot 45, pushing strong through that left foot, coming up to warrior one. On the other side. Take a moment to check your setup, sink into the hips, maybe a little lower. Trying to get that left thigh parallel to the mat. Inhaling and exhaling. Remember, scissor the hips, send the left back, roll the right hip forward. Think about those headlights on those hips. Inhale, reach higher to the sky with those hands. Exhale, cactus. Oh, open the chest. Squeeze those elbows together. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Once more, inhale to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Swing those hands behind the back, interlace them. Roll shoulder blades back and down, nice and strong. Inhale, lift chest high. Exhale, take a forward fold, humble warrior. Nice and strong, scissoring, so you feel those feet are ripping that mat in half, pushing out. Try not to collapse onto that leg, nice and strong. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale, release the hands, coming all the way back up to warrior one. Exhale, sink heavy in the hips, warrior one. Lift that back heel off the mat, high lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, you choose, knees or toes, slowly lower. Upward facing dog or cobra. Beautiful, down dog. Drop your knees as wide as the mat. Bring the toes to touch and sink the hips back. Wide knee, extended child's pose. Sink the hips. And let the tummy, the chest, everything soften towards the mat. Maybe the chin is on the mat, maybe the forehead is on the mat. Just take some really full breaths here. Maybe rocking the forehead on the mat. Maybe closing down those eyes. Resetting the breath. I know that you'll feel warmer. Your breath will be raised. Your heart rate. And then feel like someone's sinking their hands on the back of your hips, your saddlebags kind of area, and they're pushing them towards the floor so you can feel that lovely stretch here, lengthening through the hips and the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. Oh, beautiful. One more full breath here. Inhaling. And as you exhale, slowly coming up into all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, downward facing dog. Nice and strong. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to work through our obliques, switching them on a little bit. So slowly from down dog, coming through to your plank. Knees or toes. Take a moment to set through your hips. Check everything is nice and strong. So either can be done on the knees or the toes, you choose. So have a quick peek to see what I'm doing, and then we'll come. So in your plank here, we're going to dip the hips. So we're going to take the right hip to the mat, touch it maybe, kiss it, and then come back, reset to the plank. Then coming to the other side, left hip to the mat, tap, coming up. Okay, so we're going to do that 4 times each side. Again, you can do it on your knees, but if you want to come onto the toes with me, come onto the toes. Make a nice strong breath to prepare. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, tap right hip. Plank, left, plank, right, plank, left, halfway, right, plank, left, plank, right last time, left last time. Chaturanga Dandasana, slowly, upward facing dog or cobra. Downward dog. Whoo! Yeesh, fire. Breathe. Not often you can get into those obliques, that really fires up the obliques, but also your heart rate is now lifted a little bit further. Ah, it's good to feel alive. Reset your breath in your dog. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, right leg to sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step through between the hands. Drop the back foot 45 degrees. Coming up, warrior 2. Sink, hips. Heavy in the hips. Readjust. Remember, current of energy up the front and then down the back. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Nice, strong. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, reach that right hand to the sky, peaceful warrior. Sink, feel that lengthening through the right side body. Reaching up, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, take the right forearm to the right thigh, extended side angle. Left hand up and over. Roll that left shoulder blade back, looking at the sky. Inhaling and exhaling. Lengthening that front leg, coming straight into triangle pose. Stacking those hips, rolling that left hip back, tucking the right under. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, bend the front knee, reaching both hands to the sky. Lifting the back heel, low lunge. Inhale here, exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, slowly. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward dog. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to do that on the other side. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step through between the hands, back foot 45 degrees. Coming up, warrior 2, sink. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, left hand to the sky, peaceful warrior. Lifting up, opening, lengthening through the side body. Inhale here, exhale, left forearm, left thigh, extended side angle. Rolling that right shoulder blade back, looking up at the sky. Inhale here, exhale, lengthen that left leg, coming into triangle, Trikonasana. Nice and strong. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, bend the front knee, lifting both hands up to the sky, lifting the back heel. Inhale here, exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale here, exhale, step back to plank. Inhale here, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog or cobra. Down dog. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale here, exhale again. Drop the knees as wide as the mat, toes to touch. Sink back, extended child's pose. Maybe sink a little lower. Closing down those eyes if that's good for you. And just notice how the body feels. Maybe some sweat is starting to cool on the skin. That breath is lifted. Maybe you feel like you're sinking lower into those hips. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale here. As you exhale, coming up again, all fours. Reset hands under hips. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale here. As you exhale, swing those legs to one side and take a seat. So, where are we? Where are we? No, you'll be pleased to know we're not going to do the boat right now. We're going to lie onto the back. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug, pushing that lower back into the mat. And then slowly drop the feet to the mat, opening those knees wide. So in a reclined cobbler here. Tuck that tailbone, lift it up so you're pushing the lower back into the back. Pulling that belly button into the spine, in towards the mat. So we're going to do a few little ab exercises today. So take those hands just above those hip bones. Inhale to prepare, exhale, reach up and towards your feet. So you feel that tension switching on through those abs. And we're going to pulse for 8, 7, little baby crunches, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down, coming up again, lifting, squeezing a bit higher this time for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. We're going to do one more set of 8, lifting up, squeezing, pulling the belly button in, and then crunching for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower the back down. Bring the knees together, help them in if they need to, and then slowly drop both knees to the right hand side. So stack the hips. So you want that left hip directly over the right hip. The lower back is completely off the floor, but the upper shoulders and everything are on the floor. So nice and strong. We're going to work those obliques a little bit more. So this time, take the hands above that left hip, one either side. Inhale to prepare, exhale, lift up. So you're reaching towards your feet. And we're pulsing for 8, squeeze it, 7, 6. Maybe stick that left finger in that left oblique to just check it's working. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Lift and hold it. Now we're going to do another set straight away. So 8, 7, keeping the tension, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift higher, squeeze it, last 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift and hold, and release. Bring the feet to the floor, knees to the sky. And we're coming straight into the other side. So drop both knees to the left hand side. Make sure that right hip is now stacked on the left. Shoulders are on the mat. And then reach one hand on either side of the hips. So again, we're doing that 3 sets of 8, but we're not coming down, so we're trying to keep tension. If you want to stick one of your fingers, your right hand fingers, in your right oblique, just to check that contraction is happening, then you know that we're really working. So inhale to prepare, exhale, reach up towards your feet. And pulsing for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, hold it. And another 8, a little higher, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift higher, squeeze it, and last 8, only 7, only 6, only 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it, squeeze it, and release. Woo. Bring those feet to the mat. And then last one, I promise. Take those feet to the sky. So try not to lift those legs really back. So we're trying to have them directly over the hips. So those feet is directly knees, hips, pushing that lower back into the mat at all times, flexing the feet if that's good for you, and then we're going to reach up towards the feet. But I want you to really feel you're pulling that belly button into the floor. The minute you start to bulge it and it goes the other way, there's no benefit of the exercise. We want a concave belly, we don't want a convex belly. We're pulling it in. So we're going to do again 8 sets, 3 sets of 8, or 8 sets of 3, same thing. So inhale to prepare, exhale, reaching to the toes for 8, 7, 6, little baby pulses, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift higher for 8, 7, little baby moves, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now set of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to the chest. Give yourself a hug. Rock side to side with the lower back. Whoo. Releasing. So that abs is well and truly switched on and fired up. So drop the feet to the mat. Open those arms wide. Slowly then drop both knees to the right hand side, supine twist. So just breathing here. Maybe switch your gaze to the left hand, pushing that left shoulder into the mat. Just take a nice rest, stretching out here through the side body. Inhaling and exhale, soften and release. If you need to lift that top knee towards that right hand for a little bit extra, do so, but please listen to the body. A few little hops and clicks are okay, but not so much where you're stuck on the floor. So just release. Remember inhaling, feeling, swelling, exhale, releasing, letting go. One more full breath here, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale to prepare, slowly roll those feet back down to the mat. Knees to centre. Inhale here, exhale, drop both knees to the left side. Switch the gaze to the right hand. And again, make it your own. Maybe lifting that top knee towards that left hand. But really try and push that right shoulder blade into the mat. If it pops up and there's a gap on the floor, really try and anchor it down. So you get a really nice twist through the back and the shoulders. Just breathing and softening, deepening in that stretch. One more full breath here. Inhale to prepare, exhale, bring the feet to the mat. And now slowly lengthen those legs out along the mat, coming to Shavasana. So we're going to have a little bit longer Shavasana today because you've worked really, really hard. So I just want you to take that time. If you've got a blanket or something or a cushion that you want to support the lower back or anything to make you feel a little bit better, so you can do so. But if not, just come to our Shavasana. And I want you to think of our Shavasana today as a little present for you, a little reward. You've worked supremely hard today. And considering that it's a bank holiday as well, major kudos. So as you're coming here again, like we do with habit, maybe tucking the tailbone under, pushing that lower back into the mat, maybe walking those shoulder blades towards each other, bringing those palms facing the sky, letting the ankles fall, closing down those eyes. This is a gift to you, a gift for you, but also from you. You have worked hard. You deserve this time for you. So taking a few breaths here, each time on your exhale, just soften a little bit more. Maybe the hips are feeling still a little bit tight. Just release them, soften. Visualize your body melting into the mat. Or maybe visualize your mat supporting you, cradling you. And you just let go. Again, anything that's no longer serving you, just let it wash off you. Maybe repeat that mantra that you set to yourself, your intention. Notice how that feels now, maybe more positive, maybe more achievable. Just release the control of the breath, just let that breath be natural. Just surrender to the mat. Just notice the body, the breath and the mind. But also notice the sounds that you can hear, the birds tweeting, the clock ticking. All is as it should be. Right here, right now, is what we should be doing. It's the right place, the right time, carving that time out for ourselves, being here in the moment, trying to still those thoughts a little bit further of what we need to do. Just let them wait. Taking this time for you, for your body, for your mind, just to settle, to be still, and just be. Start to gently deepen the breath in the body. And then start to bring your consciousness into your body, wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe opening and closing the jaw, scrunching up the face. And then take a full body stretch, reaching up overhead, pointing through with the fingers and the toes. Take a full body stretch, like you're being stretched as much as you can. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, bring those knees into the chest, give yourself a hug. Massaging the lower back, releasing into the hips and the knees. A little sway side to side. And then slowly come to rest on your right hand side, pausing here. Maybe again repeating the mantra. And then keeping your eyes closed. Slowly push yourself up to seated, with the palms of the hands open to receive. Take a moment to settle in your seat. Love letters. I'd write love letters to the earth, whisper them to the wind, fold them into paper boats, and find a stream to sail them in. I'd write of beautiful sunrises, of the oranges and pinks, while I sit beside the seashore, where the waves can smudge my ink. I'd write these words on paper, but for paper I need trees, like many things mankind has made, but doesn't really need. And so our letters to the earth leave less love than they do scars, when we write them in our blinding light that blocks out all the stars. So when writing letters to the earth, it's time that we rethink, since we don't need a piece of paper, if the life we live's the ink. I'm going to take 3 breaths together here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. One more, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale the palms to the heavens. Join in prayer. And as you exhale, bring your palms to your third eye for clear vision, to your mouth for the truth.